Hello guys, welcome. My name is Sickshock 6. I am a game officer here on the Xbox One division, and I am with AJSA Delta.
Hello,
How are you?
hello. I'm doing very good,
We're
Mr.
here
Sick. How are you?
pretty good, I can't complain. We are here checking out Power Rangers uh, Battle for the Grid on the Xbox One. We will be playing out the game and talking about our history with the Power Rangers franchise. Now, as of now, the game does not have a private lobby, so we'll each be playing on our own screens. Hopefully down the line they will be adding a private lobby. So Delta, tell me, what was your introduction into the Power Rangers franchise?
My introduction. Well, I first found out through Power Rangers through a cousin of mine when he had a VHS of The Day of the Dumpster, which happens to be pretty much the first episode of Mighty Morphin. That's how I was first introduced into Power Rangers. Since then, Power Rangers has been my life. I loved it ever since I was a kid and still love it now.
Now, what episode? If you can remember, what episode was your first episode for Mighty Morphin that you saw?
It happens to be that episode, The Day of the Dumpster. So the first
Day of the Dumpster?
Mighty
Okay.
Morphin episode, yeah.
Okay. For myself, actually, it was the Pachinko machine episode. Was my favorite Power Rangers
Ooh, okay.
episode. My first Power Rangers episode. Now, to give context, Pachinko, which is like a gambling version of, I guess I would say, pinball.
Mhm.
in, in
pretty
Japanese culture. And the storyline just basically goes as our heroes were being addicted to this gaming machine. I thought as a kid, you know what? I really want to try Pachinko after this episode, not realizing it was gambling. But yeah, no, that was my first entry into the Power Rangers franchise, and then onwards, I would watch In Space, Time Force, Lightspeed Rescue,
Of course, yeah.
the Mighty
All the
Morphin,
good ones.
the Mighty Morphin movie that came out with Mr. Ooze,
Oh, Miss Mr. Ooze featuring Mr. Ooze himself.
the one and only.
The one and
So-
only Mr. Ooze.
Yes. So going into the franchise, what would you say is your favorite iteration of Power Rangers?
My favorite iteration. Now that, good sir, a tough one. Mighty Morphin will always have a special place in my heart.
Of
But
course.
with the different iterations, it's a strong tie between Power Rangers in Space and Lightspeed Rescue.
Ah. Now, what was the aspect that drew you to In Space and Lightspeed Rescue?
In Space, what drew me to it partially because it consisted of the previous Rangers, which was from Power Rangers Turbo. Because the ending to that was something no one ever saw, was with Earth much getting taken over, or Power Rangers were dire straits pretty much.
Right.
So going into that series, they pretty much brought the whole team in and just brought someone else in new. So the Red Ranger would become the Blue Ranger, yada yada yada. Everyone else would change.
Right.
And yeah, pretty much that. And plus, they were in space, so that's one of the big reasons why I saw it too.
Yeah, gotta be in space to
Gotta be in space.
well, but for me, I would say, it's like you said, Mighty Morphin is obviously my top franchise Power Rangers franchise iteration. But I would say come next, and it's a funny story, would be Time Force.
Oh, type.
So the reason why was, besides watching the show, my first Power Rangers video game actually was Power Rangers Time Force on the original PlayStation.
Ooh, okay.
And if you ever probably watch any gameplay footage of it, you'll see that it's a very frustrating game, to say the least, with the platforming and the numerous amounts of enemies you can you fight against in the game. But between that and just the aspect of time travel was the duo factor, because I just really love.
Oh yeah.
You could go be anywhere in time, and you have to stop the bad guys from taking over.
Indeed. And plus, it pretty much started off with them killing off a ranger, which wasn't seen since Lost Galaxy, where they killed off the Pink Ranger.
Yes. And killed off the first time, the future version of the Red Time Force Ranger.
Oh, that is right. Very true.
Starting out the series, I remember watching that first episode. I was like, "Oh my gosh, they actually killed them all!"
I was so surprised when that happened. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the first episode. They're killing off rangers already.
We're not even in a couple of years into this, and they're killing people off. I mean, technically, they still brought the actor back, but
They still brought him back, of course. Yeah.
With him being his past, I guess, family lineage, but definitely, I would say Time Force. Like you said, in space. Now, one that I did say I do like, but I haven't watched a lot, is actually Lost Galaxy.
Lost Galaxy. Yeah, that's a cult favorite, and with deservedly so.
Only because it was actually my favorite, one of my favorite theme songs in the Power Rangers franchise, where they go Lost Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
But besides that, I really like the what's that ranger? The Magnus Ranger.
Magnet Defender.
Yeah, the Magnet Defender. And I actually dressed up as him for Halloween when I was a toddler.
Oh, you lucky man.
While my brother was I was actually jealous because my brother was the red Lost Galaxy.
Oh. See, I would have been jealous
So,
of you, because I always liked the Magnet Defender.
Well, I was always a Forever Red kind of guy. So,
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So going into speaking of the songs of the franchise for the opening themes, what would you say is your favorite?
My favorite. Obviously, of course, again, with the previous question, Mighty Morphin will be up there, but from the different iterations, I've always loved In Space, Lightspeed Rescue, Turbo, and Lost Galaxy.
Now, would you say any of them you would like, no hesitation, sing once in a while? If you could sing one right now.
If I could, well, the ones I would I don't know. I don't think I can right now. I have a horrible singing voice. If I'm alone at home,
nobody's here to check.
I can sing it.
All right. Well, if you were at home alone, what would be the one you would sing?
Lightspeed Rescue. I've always loved Lightspeed Rescue.
Uh-huh.
But I have to listen to the song as I do it. I don't know why. I just have to have like the music blaring in my headphones or over a speaker to get like the full feel, the full effect of it.
I mean, I could just sing them off the bat myself, but for me, I would say Time Force. Well, Mighty Morphin being the original, of course. Time Force, Space, and then Wild Force was a good one I liked.
Oh,
and
Wild Force.
Of course, Lost Galaxy. And Lost Galaxy. Like I briefly mentioned. But the one I would sing, no hesitation, probably that I somewhat know the words to. It's been a while. Probably Space. I would have to say.
Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not too hard to learn. If you haven't heard them in a long time, of course you'll forget them.
So as we delve deeper here into the franchises, the different iterations here on Power Rangers, what would you say is your favorite villain?
Favorite villain? Holy shit. There's a lot of villains, so this is a hard one.
I never said it was gonna be easy.
Yeah, no. Oh man. My favorite villain. Honestly, my favorite villain or villains has to be the Evil Rangers. The Psycho Rangers from Power Rangers
the
in
Psycho
Space.
Rangers.
Oh
yes.
yeah. Or it was Space. I remember it was Space. But yes, the Psycho Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Psycho Rangers.
Now, what aspect of them drew you to like them as your favorite?
Pretty much what drew me to them was I got to see what the Power Rangers would be if they were evil.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see like, what if they took a different route and instead of the Power Rangers fighting for good, they fought for evil in their own game. And here be the Psycho Ranger. Plus their attire, their helmets were badass.
Oh yeah, of course. Now, is there villains that you could rank close to the Psycho Rangers, or?
Close to the Psycho Rangers, always a special place in my heart will always be Rita. Always good old Rita.
Now when I think of Rita, I think of the poor little dub that they would have for Rita.
Oh, the poor dub of Rita. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, now to give context to anybody who doesn't really watch Power Rangers. So because the show was actually mainly taken from the Japanese, I guess the actress that played Rita didn't speak any English when they were taking it from Japan, so they would just dub over her with English dialogue. And a lot of the words would just not match her mouth.
It was horrible, but we lived with it.
We did. So what drew you to Rita?
What drew me to Rita? Probably what is the most randomest thing ever, but how good her damn aim was with throwing that staff down. Because she's throwing from the moon. And she's able to aim down where the Power Rangers are. So one of her monsters can grow. I'm like, Jesus Christ. One, she has quite the arm, and two, quite the damn aim.
You never wonder why she would just throw it at the Rangers and just kill
Right? Just kill, like, bam. Open a fissure and they just fall down and boom, end of series. There you go.
I mean, could have just ended the Power Rangers right there. I mean,
Right there. The first episode.
Go kill a Ranger. Just lug it to the moon. I mean, lug it to the earth. The Angel Grove.
And bam, they're good. They're done.
Now for me, I was gonna say the Psycho Ranger.
You can still say it's Psycho Rangers.
I mean, I will say the Psycho Rangers because I love that that story arc with the Psycho Rangers involved in space, with our heroes being confused on like, why are you guys attacking? Who are you? And them being confused on why their friends are turning evil. It turns out to be the Psycho Rangers. And especially how like each character, like when you dove deep into the story, how each Psycho Ranger was like the polar opposite of, in character terms, of our heroes. So I'll definitely say that the Psycho Rangers are my favorite. But after that, I would have to say Lord Zed.
Oh, Lord Zed. Oh, I forgot about that lovely bastard.
Now, I think it was mainly because of the costume design for him that drew me to him. But definitely his costume, I think, just gave it to me. How I really just loved how he looked on screen and stuff like that. But next, I would have to say the main bad guy from Time Force.
Oh, I forget his
I'm trying to
name.
remember his name.
Yes.
It's gonna kill me. I'm gonna forget. But I'll probably remember it later on, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, well, by the way, it's his name."
Who's this guy?
But I like the way how they try to like humanize him, like you know, because in the future and in the Time Force story is that they create humans with like perfect genes and stuff like that. And he was an accident, pretty much just being created by nuclear waste and stuff like that. So they try to humanize him a little bit, and like, you know, he's not as bad. You know, he's just more misunderstood. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
So those
Yeah,
were
they
my
definitely
favorite
did try to
characters.
humanize him.
But
Oh, now I remember.
so going
Rancic.
Rancic, there we go.
There we go. That's Rancic. There we go.
See? But yes, Rancic I really like the most. It's one of my favorite villains.
Indeed.
Now, what would you say is your favorite? What are your favorite team ups in the Power Rangers?
Favorite
series?
team ups. There's a lot of team ups, or not too much. But my favorite team up that I remember happens to be, which one was it? Has to be In Space and Lost Galaxy.
Space and Lost Galaxy.
Indeed, when I do remember, and I remember looking up the episode 2 to remember where Lost Galaxy and In Space got together to fight, and the Pink Ranger was alive then, which is even better.
She hadn't got the bucket yet.
She hadn't been killed yet.
But what other team ups would you say you like?
What other team ups? Ooh. Probably the Forever
Maybe
Red
something as
in Wild Force.
Forever Red. Oh yeah.
Oh, Forever Red and Wild Force. Oh hell yeah! You can never go wrong with that.
Yeah. Cannot go wrong with that. I agree. Now for me, I would have to say Forever Red definitely is my first one. I've always loved the Red Power Rangers, so Forever Red, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers in Space episode.
Mhm. Oh,
TNT.
that's right. I almost forgot about that. Jesus Christ. How could I forget about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Now, growing up, now I didn't really see that episode until after I had watched the original '90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. So I was a little late to the party with that.
Ah, okay.
Now, when I saw it as a kid, I was just blown away. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the Power Rangers.
Under Power
Can't get any
Rangers,
better.
man. Oh yeah.
I mean, that, honestly, that was like the craziest thing I've ever seen on TV. Still to this day, I think. So, how do you feel that? Well, let me first ask you this: How do you feel about Hasbro owning a license now?
Hasbro
And not
owning a
Saban
license.
anymore?
Not Saban. See, I would think it's like maybe a good change because like it brings in fresh new ideas and not just in the hands of Saban anymore because that man has owned it for years.
Oh yeah.
And now that it's changing hands into Hasbro, it like gives us the chance to see like what's going to be their iteration of Power Rangers. What are they going to do with the series? Are they going to pull more rips from the Super Sentai, or are they going to go fully original? Which I think would be pretty damn cool if they went full original. Like
Right.
just make a full-on original American Power Rangers.
Now, what do you feel are the if you have any? What do you feel are the negative of Hasbro acquiring the Power Rangers license?
Negatives. Ooh, there's a ton of them, of course, because maybe there's a lot of people that don't know Power Rangers, so they're not going to know what's right to do, what's wrong to do. Not that there is anything right or wrong, but there could be a lot of inexperience with it. But other than that, I really don't know. I really don't know what the negatives could be with Hasbro now owning Power Rangers. Only time will tell, honestly.
I mean, I can attest. You know, I do like Hasbro, only because they own so many other licenses that I do like. Like for example, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, pretty much all Wizards of the Coast.
Oh yeah.
Now, what worries me is probably the toy quality, only because Hasbro's not really well known for the
quality.
Toys.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that I'm gonna go out and buy toys, but
I mean, I
I
have
would
a
be
few.
pissed.
I have a few pops and a few little figures here and there. I'm not gonna lie, I do.
Oh no, not to uh, talk bad about anybody who owns the toys, but I don't
Oh
really
no.
have the room to be owning a toy collection. Um, but being a Jurassic Park fan, also I know that when Hasbro owned the Jurassic World license and make toys for them, it was pretty bad, and they ended up losing the license to Mattel. So I'm hoping that at least for future generations, when they make the toys, that they'll actually do a better job
Yeah.
um, with higher graded plastic materials, I guess. Maybe put out some legacy collections.
Oh yeah. I did hear of those legacy collections. Those are pretty expensive damn toys, I will say. I have seen them pop up in stores and whatnot. I've been tempted almost to buy some, but I just never did.
You must hold out. Don't give in.
I won't give in. Proceeds to buy everything.
Now, I will say, I've also heard in the workings, because I don't know if you know, Delta, that Hasbro is also in cahoots with Paramount, and they're looking to
Ooh.
reboot possibly the Power Rangers movie license with Paramount. How do you feel about that?
So pretty much they'll be rebooting first the old series and pretty much the latest movie that they did. I mean, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see their take on it.
hmm
I don't know. Only time will tell. I'm actually
Now,
kind of interested now that I've heard that news.
I think it's still in the talks. I'm not sure if any working is in development yet.
Mm.
But are you worried that quote unquote Michael Baying the film? Because that's what everybody associates with Paramount.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I will worry about. Michael Baying Power Rangers. Oh good Lord Almighty. Oh, I
No,
cannot
and as a
imagine
Transformers
Michael
fan, sorry, as a side note, like as a Transformers fan, I don't really see an issue with the Michael Bay thing that everybody has an issue with.
Mm. No, yeah, of course. But like, to a lot of people, it's an excessive amount of explosions. Excessive.
I like explosions. I like when things go boom. It's not gonna be quiet when your town's being destroyed by giant robots. Or
That's very true. Or
giant,
when your own giant robot is stomping around. That being said, I would like to see how they do the Megazord. Seeing that they worked with the Transformers series, did they not? You think so?
They did. So Paramount and Hasbro have come together before to make Transformers series. Also, unfortunate as it is, the Battleship movie.
Oh, the Battleship movie. Oh man. Oh, good Lord Almighty with that one.
And,
But yeah,
we
like-
know how that all went.
Oh yeah, we all know how that went. Good Lord Almighty. The game that came after that. Oh Lord.
Oh gosh.
But with that being said, I would like to see what their iteration of the Megazord would be if they give it like the whole Transformer treatment, make it look all badass and whatnot.
As long as they don't look like another clone of Iron Man, I guess.
Pretty much, as long as they don't make it just a team of Iron Mans and women.
Honestly, I think they should go back to the one suit days
Just the-
of Mighty Morphin.
Hey, right?
The little onesie.
The little onesie suit. See how that goes.
Honestly, they will. They will have my full respect if they do it that way.
They do it that way. Go full on practical effects. People
I will
in
go
the big suits. Oh, I would
Yeah.
pay money for that.
I would go to see that movie 5 times.
Even if it's
Still,
the worst
maybe go
bad
see it
movie,
even
I'd
more.
still go.
Even exactly. You know what? There's just a certain aspect where, I guess CGI nowadays just can sometimes whether or not be a hindrance or beneficial to the movie. Now I feel in the last Power Rangers film, My Lionsgate, it kind of hurt the film a little bit.
With all the
At least the
CGI that was
Megazord.
included.
With the Megazords, at least. I mean, the suit.
Mhm.
I mean, what can you do about the suits? It is what it is. But the
Yeah.
Megazords just look so weird.
Oh yeah, they look
I
very.
mean, you even go to Mighty you even go to the Mighty Morphin movie, and they looked fine that way.
Yeah, they look fine
Nope.
that way, but here, good Lord Almighty,
I guess maybe they ran out of budget.
probably did. Who knows? The secrets that they hold.
Now, is there anything that you hope that Hasbro does with the license? Maybe makes more video games in the future?
I would say video games would be the more thing that I would hope that they do, because as of recently, like, this is the first Power Rangers game, like, in console form, other than the last beat 'em up, in a long time. So seeing them
of course.
like bring out new Power Rangers games, hopefully good ones, hopefully. But having them bring out Power Rangers games in the future would probably be something that I would best look forward to.
Mhm.
But other
Any
than that,
hopage of like a card game or anything? Because I know Hasbro has its hands in trading card games. as well.
I was gonna mention that, especially when you mentioned that they owned all those major, like, Magic and whatnot, which is a damn good trading card game. I played it a little bit, and it's damn addictive. I would like to see them do a Power Rangers trading card game. I did see at one point they had a Transformers trading card game.
Yes,
Just as
actually,
of
I do
recently, I've
support
seen
that.
packs of those. The artwork looked pretty cool, so I can only hope
it
they
is
would do the same
awesome.
for the Power Rangers.
I will say with the Wizards of the Coast, which is subsidiary of Hasbro, they do a really good job of making their card games. I did play Transformers. I do have actually Transformers TCG, and it's just really fun. And it looks like they know a good sense of a quality game. But I feel that they can bring that into the forefront in a trading card game or somehow a board game. It'd be nice to see some board games too.
A board game would be cool.
Alrighty, so last question. What are your final thoughts on Battle for the Grid?
On Battle for the Grid, ooh-wee. Well, other than the big glaring thing of no private lobbies, which is kind of essential with fighting games nowadays, I think it's a good little start. Of course, it's not the most perfect of games, but I think it's a good start. It's a good game especially for casual fighting players to get into, especially with the easy combos and whatnot. Not too complex.
Right. Now,
But other than that,
what
as
do you-
long as they build on it, add more characters, I think it'll be a good game for the future.
well, they did announce 3 free new characters coming to the game. The Blue Ranger from the latest Power Rangers movie. Not Billy under the name; it's under the Alien name from the Lionsgate film.
Okay.
That's one of them. There's the Yellow Ranger in a Rhino suit, and then the White Lotus Ranger will be free DLC coming into the game soon.
Ooh, okay.
I will say along the same lines, like no private lobbies. Come on.
Come on. Why no private lobbies? Come on. I want to beat up my friends with other Rangers. Come on.
Now, anything you hope in besides private lobbies in the future for the game?
Probably a proper storyline would be cool. Bring back some of, like, the old actors, like, to do some voice work for the Rangers would be kind of cool.
Yeah, you know what? I thought that was kind of weird not to have any voices in this game.
Yeah, because all the actors are alive, hopefully. Other than Trini, may God rest her soul. Other than her, all of those actors, I'm sure, if they pay them good enough to be real, they could come in, do some voice work for the game, and maybe they can implement a proper storyline or give them proper voice lines instead of just text.
Mhm. Now, I did hear that they are working on a story mode. Um, I guess it's one of those approaches where they feel like they do need to at least push a product out now, try and get some funds, and then use those funds to help work on the game. Which I think in
Yeah.
these indie games are actually fine, unlike maybe some of these AAA games that have the money for these things.
Yeah. With smaller
Now,
indie
I
games
will
like this,
say,
it makes sense.
I will say the cool thing is that they brought Justin Wong to help out with the game. Now, for people who don't know Justin Wong, he is a Evo champion of Mortal Kombat of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3, and he really helped out with the development of this game with fighting mechanics, helping test out the game and etc. etc. Now you really feel the gameplay here as if it is a Marvel vs. Capcom game, and maybe you can attest to that as well too.
Yeah. It does feel a little bit like that.
I do feel that the gameplay is synonymous and it's just really good. Um, Now, with the character lineup, I do feel it is a little on the small end, but like I said,
Yeah.
it is an indie developer. Can't give them too much hate for it.
Yeah. They can't. It's only a small team, I would think. If it's a bigger team, who knows? But even with indie developers, you can't expect a whole ton at the first glance.
So my final thoughts is that pretty much I like the game. I hope that it has future content released to us. Well, I mean it is coming, but just more game modes is what I mean. More game modes in the future. Definitely, they're doing right by us with the free characters coming. Gameplay's good. Just need to add more sound. And keep it at the $20 price tag, all right?
Just keep it there. Don't make
keep it
any...
there. Don't make it any more expensive.
No, people are
My
gonna be
wallet
turned
would
off
thank
from
them.
it.
Especially with I truly think it's a good budget title, and for fighting game enthusiasts, I recommend that you guys could go check it out. Stuff. But pretty much that's what I think. Just give it a try. You have $20 you want to waste.
Give it $20 you want to waste? Go ahead. Try it.
$20 you want to waste. Maybe you don't want to see that $30 Avengers movie.
I'm sure everyone's just saving up for their money just to go see Avengers.
Oh, ticket prices are going through the roof nowadays.
Oh yeah.
But again, thank you. We've been checking out Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I am Sickshock 6, game officer here on the Xbox One division. Again, I am here with AJSA One Sergeant here on the Xbox One division. So please check out the forums. We keep them updated daily, weekly. Also subscribe to the AJSA gaming channel, and come and join us for one of our game nights. Right? We'll see you guys around. Thank you again.